Hey guys, it's RockTheGolem, and welcome back to Life is Strange. I have a feeling this is going to be, if not the last episode, very close to being the last one. I unfortunately have been having this issue for quite some time, where any game I play just will randomly blink to the desktop, and sometimes it pauses the game like this, sometimes it just keeps the game going in the background. But once I don't know what's going on, if anyone can help me out with it, it would be great. But as of right now, I have no control over it. So I didn't want to end the last episode where it was, but I had to because of that. Turned out to be an opportunity in disguise. So anyway, enough of me rambling. Let's get back to the cutscene. It looks like Chloe actually wants us to go back and allow Nathan to kill her. And we're going to find out.
About 1,000 years ago. You could use that photo to change everything right back to when you took that picture. All that would take is for me to fuck that. No way. You are my #1 priority now. You are all that matters to me. I know. You prove that over and over again, even though I don't deserve it. I'm so selfish. Not like my mom. Look what she had to give up and live through. And she did. She deserves so much more than to be killed by a storm in a fucking diner. Even my stepfather deserves her alive. There's so many more people in Arcadia Bay who should live. Way more than me. Don't say that. I won't trade you. You're not trading me. Maybe you've just been delaying my real destiny. Look at how many times I've almost died or actually died around you. Look at what's happened in Arcadia Bay ever since you first saved me. I know I've been selfish, but for once, I think I should accept my fate. Our fate, Chloe. Max, you finally came back to me this week, and you did nothing but show me your love and friendship. You made me smile and laugh like I haven't done in years. Wherever I end up after this, in whatever reality, all those moments between us were real, and they'll always be ours. No matter what you choose, I know you'll make the right decision. Chloe, I can't make this choice. No, Max. You're the only one who can.
Oh, God. I first of all, I apologize for being as quiet as I have been. I mean, this is obviously a very intense scene, and I wanted to enjoy it. I didn't even realize I wasn't talking until this very moment. So, the whole scene leading up to this in the last episode makes total sense now, with everyone being like, "Oh, you're letting us die. You're letting us be sacrificed." All for Chloe, and then Chloe's like, yelling at the other Max not to try to. Anyway, you guys saw the episode, hopefully. But, honestly, this is probably the toughest decision I'm going to have to make. For obvious reasons. I mean, I do care about Chloe. Chloe's my friend. There's a lot that she's been through, and maybe she's right. Maybe it was her destiny to die there, but it doesn't explain why Max has the powers that she does. There's still no rhyme or reason as to why she's able to do what she can. And on top of it, even if we sacrifice Chloe, everything in Arcadia Bay is still going to be bad. The Prescotts are still going to be corrupted. Mr. Jefferson is still going to be going after girls. Max will now have the power to change certain things if Arcadia Bay is around, but it means letting go of Chloe. And I guess you could say, choosing Arcadia Bay would be a good choice because, we've been gone for so long. We've only been back for a week, and Chloe's been kind of a bitch to us on certain occasions, even though she is our friend. And like she said, she doesn't deserve the love and the assistance we've been giving her, like saving her life all these times. Oh, but what the hell do I do? Obviously the noble decision would be to save Arcadia Bay by sacrificing Chloe. And I feel like a lot of people would do that. Because that is the right thing to do. But I feel like some people would be like, no, fuck it. Chloe's my best friend. I want to be with her. But the thing is, there are so many innocent people in Arcadia Bay. Like, we took the time, we saved Kate, we made friends with all these people. But yeah, I guess we, like, the friend part we did for selfish reasons, but not so much saving Kate. And now we can save a lot of people. Because we can go back and, you know, stop all of it from happening. It just takes the sacrifice of one life. But, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice Arcadia Bay. And here's why. Like I said, the more noble decision seems like it should be to sacrifice Chloe and save Arcadia Bay. But the fact of the matter is that the lesson that we're supposed to have, like that Max was taking away from all this, is that every time she goes back, she tries to fix something, she tries to make things better, something goes wrong. Like, it just becomes worse than it was before. And if you've seen the movie Butterfly Effect, you know, no one ever gets exactly what they want. And, you know, all the decisions that Max has made up to this point, yes, it caused the tornado. Which is weird because she saw the tornado before anything else, but again, we're talking about time travel, so it's a little, like, room for interpretation. But everything that I've done up to this point has led to this decision. And the lesson that Max was talking about was that she can't keep screwing around with time, because if she does, it's just going to keep continuing to make things worse. And the thing is, like, we're here at this point. Arcadia Bay is going to be sacrificed. But we're at this point now. This is what it's supposed to be. Like, the fact of the matter is that Max saw the tornado come before anything happened. So in reality, to me, it's almost like saying this is a preview of what's going to end up happening no matter what you do. So yeah, she has the chance to change it, but she's got to completely undo everything she's done to this point. And in doing that, who knows what the world is going to turn into. So I feel like sacrificing Arcadia Bay and letting things play out the way they're supposed to is going to be the decision to go with. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let Arcadia Bay go.
Max, it's time. Not anymore. Max, I'll always be with you. Forever.
Like, I know this was a totally selfish decision to make, but like, we don't know what would have happened if I decided to save Arcadia Bay and let Chloe die. You know, what would Nathan's life have turned into? Nathan's already dead. And yeah, there are a lot of people who are dying, like, or have already died. Is it going to completely kill everybody? Was it going to wipe Arcadia Bay off the map? Who knows? But the way I'm looking at it is that we saw the tornado coming because it was destined to happen. So it's what we have to do. We have to let it happen. And just let the events play out the way they're supposed to naturally from this point on. Oh god, I hope that music is quiet enough that it won't get flagged. Ugh. I can only hope that there are other Let's Players that chose differently than I did, because I do obviously want to see both endings. But here we go. Okay, Arcadia Bay is obviously trashed. But did everybody die? Are there at least some survivors? Like, they had to have taken shelter somewhere safe. Die. Christ. Talk about your symbolism right there. And the deer. So, okay, so the deers are there. Like, is this supposed to be symbolic that I made the right decision? Like, the deers were almost like my spirit guide this whole time. Okay, it's me and Chloe again, yeah. Whales just randomly thrown on people's houses. Oh. Like, it kills me to make this decision because, like I said, I know the morally right decision is supposed to be to let Chloe go and let Arcadia Bay survive. But, like, literally no lesson will have been learned if this was the case. Yes, we would have let Chloe die, but we would have done the exact same thing we've been doing this whole time. And who knows if it would have made things worse. Ugh. Not going to say anything, are you guys? Another great day in Arcadia Bay. Thank you. Come again. Wow, so did everybody actually die? Am I really that bad of an asshole? Polarized. Well, that's the end of episode 5, guys, and the end of Life is Strange. Oh, God, what a freaking final decision to make. And again, I spent so much time explaining to you guys the rationale behind it and like trying to vocalize what my train of thought was and then actually making the decision. And it's still a decision I don't even understand. Like, obviously there were other decisions that we made back in other episodes. Like, it makes me wonder, could it have led up to something else? Like, could there have been other decisions other than sacrifice Chloe or sacrifice Arcadia Bay? I don't know. But like the fact that that was the choice we had to make, it's literally, like I said, it's one of these things where the reason why I let Arcadia Bay go is because we saw in like at the very start of the game that the tornado was coming. Like, before Max even had her time traveling powers, she saw it. Could it have been a warning? Sure. But the way it almost seems to have played out is that it was almost like a vision of what was destined to come. Like, there was no stopping it. And no matter what decisions you make, things were meant to play out that way. It was actually, if you've ever seen the movie X-Men Days of Future Past, or whatever they call it, Hank McCoy, Beast, actually mentions something that, I forget what the term for it actually is, but it's the fact that like key moments in time are destined to play out the way they are no matter what you do. So like, in the movie, these events happened that led to the extinction of mutants. And they went back and, they sent Wolverine back in time to try to stop it. But he says, no matter what happens, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you like rally against whatever's coming at you, things are meant to play out the way they are. And, no matter what happens, the war was meant to happen. The mutants were meant to be extinct. And it's kind of like that's the theory I'm applying here, is that the tornado was always meant to happen no matter what we did, no matter how many alternate realities we jumped through, no matter how many times we saved Chloe. But I think I would have felt better about my decision if I had a little better understanding of how Max got her power and why she has them and like the reason for her having them. Like, they just randomly came to her when she saw her friend get shot, and she's had them this whole time. And I almost feel like there's another choice that I'm missing, because this whole time Max has been suffering. Like, she gets headaches, she gets nosebleeds. There were times where she was putting such a strain on her body that she couldn't rewind through time. Why couldn't there have been a decision where she sacrifices herself? Like, is that something that I missed because of the decisions I made, or is that just not even an option at all? But anyway, there's a lot of unanswered questions, at least as far as I'm considered. And I really hope that they do come up with a DLC at some point that, wraps things up a little bit better. Maybe a couple of extra episodes, maybe some side stories, maybe even some stories about the past. Rachel was such a pivotal character in this, but I feel like despite the fact that her role was played up so much that at the end there was no real payoff. Like, why couldn't we have gone back to a point in time where Rachel was alive and stopped things back then? Like, maybe that's just me. I don't know. Like I said, guys, obviously this decision does not sit well with me. It is just a video game, obviously, but if put in that actual situation in real life, who knows what people would have decided. I feel like the majority of the people probably chose to save Arcadia Bay, and obviously the numbers are going to pop up in a little bit after after I'm done rambling and after the credits are finished rolling. So we'll see what people actually decided and what things I missed, like I always seem to do. But as I said before, when I first started the first episode of this episode 5, Polarized, I have played this straight through, nonstop, start to finish. I probably started around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's now almost 7 p.m. So I've been playing this for a little bit under 3 hours. I stopped pretty much just to get up and stretch or grab a drink or something like that. So I have no clue about anything that's happened right now, what other people have done. My big goal right now is to actually get the first episode rendered out and sent and put on my YouTube channel tonight. I do try to post my videos for the playthroughs at 7 p.m. Obviously, that's not going to happen. It's 6:48 right now, and it's going to take me much longer than 12 minutes to edit the video, render it out, and put it out. So I'll probably have the first episode of this episode 5 out a little bit late. But you guys already know this by now. This is way down the line. But I do want to talk about one other thing real quick, and obviously you'll know this by now as well. I'm also going to be doing a playthrough of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, especially now that I have the new graphics card installed. So basically, once I get all this done tonight, I'll get the first episode uploaded and ready to go. I'll finish editing the other episodes, and Assassin's Creed Syndicate comes out in 3 days. And by this point, obviously, the first few episodes have already aired here on the channel. But that's my plan for the next playthrough. And I do want to keep working on the fan dubs for Sunday and doing different things on Sunday. And holy crap, I think I may have talked through the entire credits. But anyway, so we're going to see what all the percentages are and see who chose what and see how things worked out. Yeah, so let's go up to that next. Okay, guys, here we go. Wow, people were really split on this one. 47% of people decided to sacrifice Arcadia Bay. 53% of us decided to sacrifice Chloe. So that's pretty split down the middle. And mind you, the game hasn't even been out for a full 24 hours yet. So obviously these percentages are very low. People either haven't gotten around to playing it yet, or they haven't gotten to the end of the game. That's the nice thing about people like us, like Let's Players and guys who do playthroughs and things like that. We kind of like blitz through it. So we get to this point really quick. So I would love to come back later on and see like what percentages people come up with. But I like the fact that this is so split down the middle as it is. It lets me feel a little bit better knowing that there are some people out there that chose the same thing that I did. And it also gives me a lot of hope that some other Let's Player goes through and chose to sacrifice Chloe so I can see that ending as well. Let's look at other stuff. David got a scar during the fight. Yep, which is most of us. I don't know how we were going to prevent that personally. David killed Jefferson. Okay, so I guess most of us decided to hide the truth from him so that he didn't do it, but I was fine with letting it go. Save the trucker. Most of us did. Some of us probably missed it. Most of us saved Evan. Some people probably missed it. Most of us saved Alyssa. You didn't save the fisherman. I don't know how I could have saved the fisherman. I looked around, but I had no clue. It wouldn't let me talk to him. You helped Joyce believe in David again. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised by this. I don't know, like maybe people had different results with David because of their previous interactions, but I was really looking forward to redeeming David in Joyce's eyes. I don't know, like obviously I can't speak for other people, but that seems like it was the moral thing to do. The majority of us did tell Frank the truth about Rachel. Wow, most people decided to kiss Warren. All right, maybe I was just too much of a hopeful for Chloe and Max getting together. And before anyone calls me out on this, no, that did not have any bearing on my decision to save Chloe over Arcadia Bay. Obviously, I would have liked to have seen that, and they are together in some fashion. And yes, I was rooting for them to be together as a couple. But at the same point, Warren was a nice guy, but that's exactly what he turned out to be, in my opinion, was just a nice guy. 8% of us decided not to show him any affection at all, so maybe there are obviously people out there that don't like him even more than I did, but that's just the way things kind of worked out with it. Let's see. Let's just go back to this. This goes back to episode 1, it looks like, Chrysalis. So that's it for the stats, guys. That's it for everything. Episode 5, Polarized. Wow. Okay. So obviously we can play through all the episodes again. I may end up doing it at some point just so I can experience the choices for myself. Downloadable content, I don't think there is any. Like I said, it would be really nice to see if they do come out with some other episodes, if they do come out with some downloadable content. I don't know really what they can do with this game from this point on, but I would like to see something more happen with it. This was a really awesome game. I loved playing it. I loved the decisions. I loved the concept of going back in time and redoing decisions. It was just so much fun to play. But that's going to do it for not only this video, but for this series, guys. As of right now, there is no more Life is Strange for me to play. Thank you all very much for sitting with me through this playthrough series. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the other side. Take care.